Welcome to an engaging tale of innovation and ambition. Zara Fashion's Fast Forward. Join us as we delve into the dynamic world of modern-day Barcelona, where Elena Torres, a visionary designer, strives to revolutionize Zara amidst a market crisis. As you listen, you'll encounter complex vocabulary and unique grammar choices, all briefly explained for clarity. Experience the vibrant colors and constant motion of the city as we explore themes of adaptability and identity. This story not only promises an inspiring journey, but also offers insights into the fashion industry's rapid transformations. Stay tuned as we unveil Elena's challenges and triumphs in her race against time. Elena Torres stood in her vibrant, plant-filled studio, the scent of freshly watered greenery mingling with the distant hum of Barcelona. Her fingers traced the edge of a sketchpad, eyes half closed as the city's symphony of sounds faded into the background. The studio was her sanctuary, a place where ideas blossomed like the lush foliage around her. The sudden ring of her phone cut through the serene atmosphere. She inhaled sharply, recognizing the caller, Carlos Diaz, CEO of Zara. His calls often heralded shifts in urgency and direction. "Elena," Carlos's voice crackled through the line, a blend of authority and pragmatism. "We're facing a serious situation. Our sales have been declining for 3 quarters now." The bustling sounds of Barcelona continued their muted dance as Carlos's words settled into her consciousness. The thought of financial instability was like a cold gust, chilling her to the core. Yet she maintained her composure. "If this trend continues, the losses will be catastrophic," Carlos continued, his tone leaving no room for misinterpretation. "We need something groundbreaking. Fast." Elena felt a knot tighten in her stomach. Publicly, she was known for her passionate and determined demeanor, but in moments like these, the facade was harder to maintain. "Carlos, don't worry. I have ideas that can turn this around," she replied, injecting her words with conviction. Inside, however, a tempest of self-doubt brewed. As the conversation ended, dusk began its gentle transition to night. Elena decided to take a stroll, hoping the rhythm of the city might soothe her fraught nerves. The enchanting kaleidoscopic lights, meaning multicolored, of Barcelona, reflected her inner turmoil, casting vibrant hues across her path. The salubrious breeze, meaning health-giving, of the Mediterranean night, embraced her, revitalizing her spirit. Each step through the cobblestone streets brought a fresh wave of ideas, a mental sketchbook unfurling with possibilities for a fashion line that could redefine the brand. Eventually, she found herself perched on a bench overlooking the shimmering sea. Waves whispered secrets to the shore, and Elena began to confront her insecurities. She acknowledged the contradiction that defined her. The confident public persona contrasted sharply with her private reservations. Could she truly lead Zara into a new era? Her internal dialogue surged, a mixture of ambition and fear battling for prominence. Yet, as the stars began to pierce the night sky, her resolve crescendoed. This was not just a challenge. It was an opportunity to prove her resilience and adaptability. Invigorated by the night's inspiration, Elena rose from the bench, her path illuminated not just by the city's lights, but by a newfound determination. This was her moment to embrace visionary instincts, not only for Zara's prosperity, but also for her own sense of self-worth. The future, though uncertain, shimmered with potential. Elena Torres entered the sleek, glass-walled boardroom, a sanctuary of modernity. The scent of fresh coffee mingled with the subtle tension in the air, as if the room itself held its breath, waiting for her to speak. She inhaled deeply, her mind rehearsing the presentation meticulously crafted over sleepless nights. This was her moment, and she was prepared to seize it. The board members sat arrayed before her in their tailored suits, each a portrait of skepticism, meaning doubtfulness. Furrowed brows and crossed arms met her gaze, a silent challenge to her resolve. She felt a flicker of doubt, but it quickly dissolved as she began to speak, her voice steady, words punctuated with passion. Elena outlined her innovative, meaning groundbreaking, vision with fervor. Her language was vivid, painting a picture of a transformative collection that promised to revolutionize Zara's image. She spoke of fabrics that told stories and designs that evoked emotions, her enthusiasm infectious. Yet she could feel the weight of their skepticism pressing against her words, testing their strength. At the head of the table, Carlos Diaz nodded in support, his eyes fixed intently on Elena. His authoritative tone, as he interjected with affirmations, masked the reservations that churned beneath the surface. He, too, felt the pressure, the looming threat of financial losses that whispered in the silence between her sentences. The meeting concluded with polite applause, a measured response that left its true implications unclear. Elena emerged into the bright Barcelona sunlight, a renewed sense of determination fueling her steps as she navigated the bustling streets. The city's vibrant, meaning lively, colors and sounds invigorated her senses, each corner turning into a new inspiration. Later, seated with her newly assembled team, Elena fostered an atmosphere of collaboration. The team was diverse in thought and background, their discussions a tapestry of ideas woven with threads of creativity. Elena encouraged open dialogue, her voice urging them to brainstorm freely, to push boundaries and explore possibilities. In her studio, Elena began sketching. The room was alive with the whir of sewing machines and the rustle of fabric, an orchestra of creativity taking form. She drew inspiration from the city's energy, the architecture that rose around her, like sentinels of history and innovation. Never before had she felt so inspired. Inversion for emphasis, auxiliary plus subject plus past participle, her pencil dancing across the paper. Elena had been sketching for hours before the breakthrough came, past perfect continuous for background, her vision crystallizing into tangible designs. Each stroke and shade crafted with intent, each garment imagined as a catalyst for change. Her heart swelled with the promise of what could be, even as doubts lingered at the edges of her consciousness. As the day faded into evening, Elena stepped back, surveying her work. A sense of accomplishment settled over her, but she knew the journey had only just begun. The stakes were high, yet her resolve was higher. She could feel the thread of something new weaving through her thoughts, a whisper that hinted at the extraordinary possibilities to come. The team gathers in the sleek, glass-walled conference room, the scent of fresh coffee permeating the air. It's a setting designed to inspire both camaraderie and innovation. The morning sun casts sharp lines across the table, illuminating scattered designs and nervous faces. Conversations hum with a mix of anticipation and anxiety. Elena Torres, her passion palpable, arranges her sketches meticulously. Her fingers brush the paper, the texture both familiar and comforting. Each page a testament to countless hours of iteration. She knows that her work here today must speak not just of beauty, but of vision. Carlos Diaz enters with a confident stride, his presence commanding immediate attention. His voice, a blend of warmth and critique, fills the room. "Good morning, everyone. Let's get started." He sets the tone, both encouraging and demanding. As the feedback session begins, some designs receive applause. The room buzzes with enthusiasm, voices overlapping in excitement. Others are questioned for their cohesion, meaning unity. Carlos's critiques, though gentle, are incisive. He points out the inconsistencies, the pieces that don't quite fit the narrative they aim to tell. Elena listens intently, each word a spark igniting new ideas. Her mind races, seeking ways to enhance the discordant, meaning conflicting, elements of the collection. Her resolve strengthens. She will transform these critiques into stepping stones toward greatness. The room's ambiance shifts from one of initial excitement to determination. There is a collective understanding that more work lies ahead. Elena, in a whisper almost too soft to hear, vows to herself, "I will perfect this collection." Her determination is a quiet storm, brewing with potential. As the meeting concludes, the team disperses. Conversations linger briefly before dissolving into the daily bustle. Elena remains by the window, her gaze fixed on the vibrant cityscape. a mosaic of life, motion, and opportunity. Her thoughts, however, are deeply introspective. It is crucial that Elena refine her work, subjunctive for necessity or recommendation. Her designs must not only capture attention, but hold it. The task is daunting, yet the challenge invigorates her. Not only did Elena feel inspired, but also driven. Inversion for emphasis, auxiliary plus subject plus main verb. The duality of her emotions fuels her ambition, a desire not merely to succeed, but to excel. She realizes the stakes are higher than ever. Zara's future could pivot on her ability to revolutionize their image. The view from the window offers no answers, only the reminder of endless possibilities. As the city pulses beneath her, Elena draws a deep breath, ready to face whatever comes next. Her path, though uncertain, is clear in one regard. She will give it everything she has. The workshop was alive with the rhythmic whirring of sewing machines, a symphony of diligence under Elena's watchful eye. Each stitch was a testament to her determination. The room was dimly lit, shadows dancing on the walls as the machines hummed. Elena paused, momentarily stepping away from her work. Her fingers traced the fabrics laid before her, the textures telling stories of potential. She could already visualize how a subtle change here, a flare there, would enhance the design, intensifying its allure. The team's feedback had been invaluable. Elena moved back to her desk, revisiting sketches with meticulous attention, every line, every contour, subject to her scrutiny. Her concentration was profound, her pencil gliding across the paper with the precision of a maestro conducting an orchestra. The rich aroma of coffee hung in the air, a comforting presence that kept her senses sharp. She took a sip, feeling the warmth spread through her, reigniting her resolve. Her mind buzzed with ideas, each sketch an exploration of new possibilities. Carlos arrived just as Elena was finalizing a particularly challenging pattern. He swept into the room with his usual air of authority. "We need to discuss the launch event," he said, his voice a blend of urgency and command. Elena nodded, setting her pencil down. "We need it to be more than just a launch," she replied, passion infusing her words. "It has to be an experience." Together they deliberated over potential venues, weighing the opulence of grand ballrooms against the practicality of more intimate settings. The opulence, meaning luxuriousness, of some locations tempted them, yet practicality demanded restraint. They were two minds, navigating a sea of choices, each decision carrying the weight of their shared ambitions. Carlos leaned back, his brow furrowed. "We have to account for everything," he said. "The space, the guests. If only we had a crystal ball." Elena, though initially anxious, felt a surge of confidence as they slowly pieced together a plan. "We'll make it work," she assured him, "whatever it takes." As the clock crept toward midnight, the sounds of Barcelona's nightlife began to seep into the workshop. Laughter and music drifted through the open windows, a reminder of the city's relentless energy. Elena felt a connection to it, a vibrant heartbeat that mirrored her own aspirations. "Barcelona never sleeps," Carlos mused, glancing toward the window. "Neither should we, at this rate." The conversation wound down, with both agreeing on the next steps. Carlos departed, leaving Elena once more in the cocoon of her creative haven. As she tidied her workspace, her thoughts lingered on the challenges ahead. The stakes were high. Zara's future depended on their success. With the city's nighttime symphony playing in the background, she couldn't shake the feeling of excitement mixed with dread. It was the thrill of innovation, the fear of failure, and she was right in the thick of it. With one last look at the sketches, she turned off the lights and stepped into the night. The streets of Barcelona embraced her, alive and bustling, a tapestry of cultures and dreams, just like her designs. There was no turning back now. Tomorrow would bring new challenges, each one an opportunity to revolutionize not just a brand, but her own identity within it. Thanks for tuning in to the English Frequency Podcast. We're glad to be part of your English learning journey, from beginner to advanced. If you enjoyed this episode, subscribe, share, and leave a review. Keep practicing, stay motivated, and see you in the next episode.